we're meeting to celebrate a year of Kairos. So you've just got back from conference, haven't you, Andy? So
I have been. It's been very good. I suddenly realised it is a full year since the Kairos circuit actually came into being, and exciting that I met others who are following in our footsteps, and they launched their circuits as well. So yeah, it's good to see the idea spreading.
it is good. It's good. So we thought we'd get together, and a few of us from Kairos have just had a brief chat and a catch up, and then we thought we'd record the PowerPoint to share so people can see it at a time that's convenient to them. So I'll share my screen, and we'll make a start then, so you can see it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely. So we've done our introductions, haven't we? So this is a year of Kairos. So we'll just talk through a little bit about what's happened, and then we'll watch pictures from the last year. So Andy, do you want to kick us off with reminding everybody about the aims?
So actually, we've thought about our aims over the year, and we've thrown a lot of words around, haven't we? Trying to find the right words that match exactly what we hope to be and to achieve. And we've had the idea of flourishing as being central throughout our time, and we've also had this idea of breathing in and breathing out. And our tree logo represents that breathing in and breathing out very well, I think, with kind of a community at the center of that. After much discussion, and we're still kind of open for conversation about it, but we've come up with three kind of aims, which are the encounter, encourage, and explore. So the encounter is about an encounter with God, an encounter with each other in a deep and meaningful way, a kind of experience of life and deep understanding of God, one another, and how it all relates together. And that might be through a small group, it might be through personal spiritual practices, and we've played with a lot of those over the year, and we're hoping to explore more. The explore bit, jumping past the middle bit, is where we put our faith into practice, and we see an impact on the way we are on the world around us. And we hope that by living, following the way of Jesus and living our faith out, that we'll bless other people in different but tangible ways. And there's something about living out your faith that helps you reflect on it again. So just in itself, it's a way of growing in your faith. And we realize that for anybody wanting to grow spiritually, to make a difference in the world, and to actually live faith, you need a supportive community. And one of the things we really found already, and certainly hope for the future, is Kairos will be an encouraging, supportive community where people are able to share, willing to help one another, open about the reality of living out faith.
Okay, shall I zip on then? So we've explored quite a lot about the culture or the values and the posture that we want to have in the world as the Kairos movement, and faith is up there at the top, really, of working out what that is. And there's quite a few of us, I think, involved who have a bit of faith shift going on, because our faith doesn't always stay the same throughout life. So there's quite a lot of space among us to explore what faith looks like as we grow and develop and respond to the world around us. And we've found that story is a good way of us connecting with each other, so sharing our stories, but also finding how that roots into the ancient stories. And most of us would call ourselves Christians, or have called ourselves Christians at some point, and that story of Jesus is still very important to us as a movement, and we link back a lot of what we're exploring to Jesus and the stories we find in the Bible. And it all sounds very very heavy, but we hope to have a lot of fun. And that's one of our values there is playing, having fun, and it links with the next value as well of curiosity. So being interested, wondering, a lot of wondering questions go on in Kairos. And that's part of growing, I think, and developing is having an interest in the world around us and in one another and in the divine. And in the middle there, we've got community, because as Andy said before, we need each other. We're made to be in community, and that's how we flourish, really, is by being together in each of those expressions of our values, really. So Andy, do you want to explain a little bit more about the overall sort of map?
Yeah. So if you take those 3 ideas that we had, our aims of encounter, explore, and encourage, you can perhaps reflect on your own life about, where are the places, where are the activities, what do you do to encounter the divine, or whatever that means to you. And quite often that's through other people. How do you put your faith into practice, and what's the supportive community that helps you do that? And this diagram sort of overlays those things. And we like to think if those 3 things are present in your life, then there's an experience of flourishing. So we do look to try and balance, if you like, the ins, the outs, and the supportive community. This is just an overlay of some of the things kind of within the Kairos events, activities, patterns of life that we currently offer. We're fleshing this out as we go along, and we seek to have a balance in what Kairos offers, because we want it to be a spiritual place, a spiritual home for a lot of people. But you'll see from some of the things on there that sometimes the outward looking stuff, we partner with others who are already doing things, and so we don't try and reinvent the wheel. But it's not, as you see, it's not all serious stuff. Some of it's fun, going to the cinema, but sharing with others and reflecting together. So if you've encountered some of Kairos, but perhaps dipped your toe into something and found something of interest, you might take a look on the website and see there's a whole raft of other things. And we're always interested, if there's a gap, we're interested to explore it. And we're a year in, and the more people, the more things we get to explore.
Hands in the soil, feel the groan and feel the joy. All sit with the hurt, stare into the dirt. Occupy the bandstands, gather lost citizens. Climb down your pyramids, relinquish your privilege. Welcome strangers to your table, as though they were angels. Make space for the spent, feel the lament. Break your vows to the powers, plant trees and grow flowers. Share the resources, free all the horses. All citizens, put your hands in the soil and feel the groan. Can you feel the joy? And be still, and be still. Down by the riverside, who's not afraid to die? Emerged from the waves, broke loose from the powers of the age. Live now as citizens of what's left of the age to come. Behold the Messiah dying for the lands we're crucifying. Break bread and take drink, all feel and think. Shed tears every day for everything we throw away. Mourn for your families, mourn for your enemies. Sing to the stars, console our grieving hearts. All citizens, put your hands in the soil and feel the groan. Can you feel the joy? And be still, and be still. Clap your hands to your mouth. Let your pride go south. Put your hand on your head. Make terms with the dead. Put your hands on your face. Too late to learn from our mistakes. Put your hand on your heart. Can we stop what we start? Sisters to the leverage. Brothers to the edges. Youth to the fore. This big future is yours. All ye of noble birth, join the scum of the earth. Gather round the powerless. There's the power that can save us. All citizens, put your hands in the soil and feel the groan. Can you feel the joy? And be still, 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 and be still.
So there's been loads going on in the last year. It's really exciting to look through it all and remember. And it would be great if, having watched the video, you wanted to put any memories in the WhatsApp group or on Facebook in the chat. And that would be lovely to hear from you. A few of us are hoping to go to Greenbelt this year. Has that popped up on the screen, Andy?
That has now, yeah.
It has now. Sorry. I couldn't work out how to show it. So yeah, a few of us are going to Greenbelt this year, which you can see the website there. We're going to hopefully meet up on the Saturday for a cup of tea somewhere. So if anyone else fancies coming along, then do come find us. Let us know on WhatsApp that you'll be there, because it would be great to meet up. Sorry, I've made a real mess of this now. I've lost the thing. There we go. And the other thing that is changing, that we know of, there will be more things changing, but the quiet space that Anne has been running for the last year, which has been very popular with people, are going to be meeting, as you can see, on different days. So do keep your eye out for those that happen online, and people are really appreciating being led through an evening of quiet space. And the group that has been meeting are becoming a grassroots group, and there's going to be space for a new group starting as well. So if you fancy being led through reflections and having space for, as it says on there, spiritual nourishment and refreshment, then do keep an eye out for publicity about when they'll be happening after the summer. Okay.
And quite a few of you have been involved with our monthly Bible study online, and but we also know the time doesn't work for everybody, and we thought it'd be really nice to have a way of engaging with the Bible, and particularly with some helpful notes, and to do that at a time that's suitable for you, but then to share some responses to that online. And when we met recently, we talked about some of the authors that really inspired us at the moment, and Brian McLaren, he's kind of one of those people who's wrestling what it is for faith to shift and what it is to be Christian in today's world, and really looking at it in a fresh way. And he's written a year's worth of kind of Bible study notes called Seeking Aliveness, and just there's different parts to it. One of them, as you see here, looks at the creation story, but strays from it, as it says, from the Hopi to the Babylonians, Aztecs to Australian Aboriginals, Vikings in Europe to Han in China. All these people have powerful creation narratives that used to understand who they are and think about life. And it uses, if you get the next slide, Liane, each week there is 3 Bible readings, and then every day there's a very short reflection that Brian offers to help you think about that. And yeah, perfect. There's just an example of week 1 there. It's relatively cheap if you've got a Kindle, or you can get an ebook. You can get the book for about £3, slightly more on Amazon for the paperback, but Eden, which is a Christian bookseller, you can get it for £7.99, and if you can find something else to tempt you, you can get the shipping for free. So that's just an example of the scripture readings and day 1. And so my thought is that we'll post once a week. We'll post onto our Facebook group and just share any reflections, and if people want to add comments and make their own reflections during the week, they can do that, so we can read together. So we'll post the week, we'll start week 1 1st of August, and you can join us at any point, and hopefully we'll feel like we're doing it together, even though we do it in the time that suits us, and I hope it will help us grow together.
Brilliant. That's good. So there's exciting things coming up. It's been a great year, and it's been lovely to celebrate together, even though we're all doing different things at different times. It's a funny time we live in, and I feel like that's part of what we're doing as Kairos, isn't it? Is working out how to be community in this funny time that we find ourselves in. So thanks for watching this little video, and
yeah, we'll see you over the summer. If you're doing something exciting over the summer, drop it on Facebook, drop it on a WhatsApp, because we might fancy joining you. And likewise, if it's just a picnic or a walk and you'd welcome an extra person, let us know.
Okay.
If not, we'll see you in September when the rhythms begin again.
Brilliant. All right. Cheers then.
Bye.
Bye.